warning before you listen. This epic is not for children, nor for the faint of heart. We retell the ancient Greek myths as they were born, unfiltered, unsoftened. Scenes of violence, curses, betrayals, and a hunger for power that shows no mercy. Given the many conflicting versions of the Titan War, the events have been rebuilt to complete the missing pieces. Here, we tell the myth as it was meant to be told. Sources and references are listed in the episode description. Chapter 63. The Clash of Weapons and the Fall of Time. On the cursed mountain, where fire no longer burns, for the skin has grown too used to it, the three Cyclopes never stopped forging weapons. No one dared ask them why. Their faces were scorched with fury, and their single eyes looked not at the world around them, but into another time, a time they had escaped from, yet remained shackled to. They weren't trying to save the world, nor were they crafting to please anyone. They were crafting for vengeance, not vengeance against Kronos alone, but against themselves, for a failure they had never been forgiven. In the first war, they had forged the divine weapons, Zeus's thunderbolt, Poseidon's trident, and Hades' helmet of invisibility. They thought those would be enough. They believed they had struck the iron with enough fury that lightning alone could shatter the sickle. But they were wrong. The sickle remained. Time did not fall, and the defeat, the shame, wore their names, whether anyone spoke it or not.
Since that day, since their brother fell, hundred-handed Gyges, who had once protected them in the pits of Tartarus, who had shielded them from insult and cold, who had once borne their chains himself, they had not known peace. From the moment Gyges turned to ash, the three had not paused. Every morning they struck iron, melted metal, then tossed it aside, forged swords, then shattered them, sketched spears, then burned them with their own hands. It wasn't creation they sought. It was retribution. Years passed. They asked nothing, answered no one, stopped for nothing. Some whispered, "These are not smiths. This is a grave, boiling over." But the truth? They weren't hammering metal. They were hammering rage. Each strike came from deep beneath their skin, from memories that refused to die, from chains, from screams, from a brother's death they could not mourn. When anyone dared ask, "What are you making?" they stayed silent. Until one day, an old man arrived, blind, but he walked as if the ground remembered him. His face was burnt, yet he didn't hide it.
He stood before them without fear and said, "What are you doing here? You've ruined hundreds of blades. Are you punishing the iron?" The Cyclopes lifted their heads. For the first time they spoke. "We're trying to forge something like the sickle." The old man fell silent, then stepped forward and sat, as if opening a book made of fire. "The sickle," he said. "You're trying to forge the sickle?" Their hands trembled with fury. One of them said, "Kronos didn't kill our brother. The sickle did." The old man laughed, but it wasn't mockery. It sounded like someone finally admitting something to himself. "So you understand," he said, "but no one told you the truth." He placed his burned hand on the anvil. "That sickle, it wasn't made from iron. And all you have," he looked at them, "is iron." One of them asked, voice cracked and dry like smoldering ash, "Then what was it made from? What kind of metal can defeat gods?" The old man closed his eyes, as if scorched by memory itself. "No metal, no stone, no fire," he whispered. "It was made from something alive, something that pulses, something that hurts before you touch it." He paused, then lowered his voice like someone handing over a secret from the dawn of time. "That sickle, it wasn't forged in a workshop, not by 1,000 hands. It took 100,000 hands, striking all at once, and even then it wasn't enough. The iron screamed, hammers broke, until they understood.
Power alone does not create tyrants. The heart does. A heart that beats not with mercy, but with eternity. He looked up. The sickle was baptized with a drop of something unspeakable, something that lies in the heart of Gaia, not blood, not water, not fire, but a fourth thing, a drop drawn only from the silence that comes before creation. The three Cyclopes raised their eyes. For a moment they forgot the fire that burned them. One of them asked, as if shedding an old skin, "What is the heart of Gaia?" The old man did not answer. He turned his back, walked away, and as he disappeared into shadow, he said, "When you find out what it is, the iron will stop betraying you." Elsewhere, in a temple whose doors never closed, Hestia sat across from Hera. The silence was thick, less like air, more like something being pulled from between their ribs. Hestia said, "How many nights have we slept, while the sky screamed?" Hera answered, "We don't sleep. We hide inside our own skins." Hestia's voice trembled, like a stone afraid of falling. "Where is Zeus?" Hera replied, "He's not here, because the god we need hasn't been born yet." In the farthest corner no one moved, yet a sound could be heard, heavy footsteps. No one knew if they belonged to a soldier or to a thunderbolt looking for its master. Then the wind whispered, "Years of humiliation, they do not kill gods, but they do create something else, something that no longer belongs to any age."
This chapter of the epic has come to an end, but remember, what you've just heard is not a record of facts, but the echo of a myth, a story born from the imagination of the ancients, etched into the long memory of humankind. If this tale stirred something in you, if it opened a door to reflection or wonder, don't forget to support the channel and share the journey with those you love. And in the comments, tell us which moment in this chapter struck you the most and why. We'll meet again in the next chapter of this audio odyssey through time. Until then, farewell.